Ladies, gamers, and gentlemen, welcome to Crux Gaming's YouTube StarCraft 2 casts. My name is Bill Noir, and we are going to cast Game 2 of a best of 3 between Isuba Intel's Devil spawning in the top right position on Derelict Watcher and Crux Gaming's Lancel, the pink Zerg, spawning in the bottom left. Lancel did end up winning game number 1 on Star Station. Now, in that video, you might notice that I stated the series format is a best of 5. That was a mistake. I apologize. It is, of course, a best of 3. Lancel in this game, he is up by 1. The score is 1-0, as seen on the scoreboard in the lower portion of the screen. And yeah, here we have the same exact thing that I did mention Devil doing in all of his ZVZs. He also did this in game number 1. He always sends one drone across the map and tries to deny the hatchery for as long as possible from going up. And it will be annoying for Lancel to deal with. Now let's see if he learned from the previous game, if he will deal with this a little bit better. Meanwhile, we will see a pool going up for both of these guys. There goes the pool for Lancel, and there is Devil's pool. Now, Devil's pool a little bit behind because he did send out the drone to be a little bit annoying. This will, of course, delay his hatchery from coming up by a similar amount, and therefore he absolutely has to deny this hatchery from going up, or at least delay it from going up. But Lancel being on top of his ball, getting the hatchery down, no problem. Devil going to be getting his as well. And, well, the timing is very similar, so not a huge deal there. And Devil not being as annoying with that first drone as he was able to in game number 1. So Lancel has to be feeling pretty happy about that. I mean, it's a couple tens of APM less than you have to devote to trying to get this hatchery up. So all things are good in land Lancel. In land Devil, we see the gas going up right now for him. Lancel, of course, doing the same thing. So as far as the openers are concerned, both of these guys are doing the exact same thing as they did in the previous game. Let's see if they have more builds to their name than the ones we have seen in game number 1. In game number 1, Devil went for, both players actually did go for a Baning Nest, and from that point on, that was the point where things started to diversify a little bit, as Lancel did get the Evolution Chamber and +1 Carapace very quickly there. Let's see if he ends up doing the same here. And Devil, he got a defensive spine crawler and tried to put on a little bit of pressure with Ling Bailing onto his opponent. So speed being researched here for Devil. Lancel approaching that 100 gas mined mark very rapidly here and should be getting his Ling speed just as he hits that. There we go. 100 gas, and metabolic boost is being researched and on the way. Both players just producing only a couple lings right now, trying to scout, and oh, Lancel mixing things up. Devil doing the exact same style that we saw him do on Star Station, which was the first game. He's getting a Baning Nest and a defensive spine crawler, and right now, Lancel decided that, well, you know what I did in the previous game did not work out so well, so let me get a defensive spine crawler here and a Baning Nest. Let us see if Lancel is going to continue on with an Evolution Chamber right now and try to get that +1 Carapace as well. Yes, he is. So the only difference is that this time around he's getting a defensive spine crawler a little bit faster than he did the previous game. Baning Nests are finished though, and speed is finishing up as well for both of these players. So far though, none of them produced a significant number of lings. They're both just droning up, and Devil getting a very quick lair here. In game number 1 he did go for Mutalisks. Maybe this is what he has in mind for this game as well. He does get a scout in, Let's see how much he will be able to scout. Yeah, he does get the full scout of the base of Lancel. He does see that evolution chamber. He knows, and this is the most important bit of information, he knows there is no lair coming. So he better prepare for a 2-base aggression. Lair only just now started though, but still, Devil does not know. The last bit of information he gathered was that there are 2 hatcheries, no lair on the way, and evolution chamber was working. So let us see. 2 evolution chambers for Devil, 3rd base for Lancel. I expect Devil to start getting that spire right after the lair finishes, and indeed there it is. Will Lancel be able to scout this? No, looks like he won't be. Again, Devil with a very mindful positioning of those banelings on top of the ramp does get a kill on those lings and prevents the scouting from happening. Lancel has no idea. This could be anything really at this point in time, as Lancel has absolutely no clue as to what is going on, so he's going to try and put some pressure onto Devil. He is doing so with a couple lings here, and well, he is going to deny the hatch from going up, even getting the drone, but won't be able to win the next fight versus these lings. He will need the reinforcements in order to do that, so he is trying to regroup his army, and right now he is forcing Devil back, immediately morphing banelings, and he's going to try and go for the attack. More lings in production for Lancel. This is a very, very aggressive move here, and will he be successful in pushing through? Because look at the number of lings by Devil. This is a very high number of lings, as well as banelings by Lancel, but it doesn't look like Devil cares at this moment. He's trying to avoid the lings as much as possible, but a huge detonation by Lancel. Now this trade was not as good. 3 banelings for just couple of units there, and looks like the armies have cancelled themselves out in terms of unit numbers, but still a lot of lings inside Devil's base. Devil not producing any Mutalisks. He frankly cannot find the time right now. Only 2 in production right now, but what he needs are Zerglings, and he is getting them. He did deny all of those banelings and lings, so he is feeling pretty safe right now. 42 drones versus 47. 3rd base up for Lancel. Lancel, well, he does have the economy advantage, but right now he has to defend. And if we look at the unit counts, the Zergling numbers are very, very close, but there are Mutas starting to appear on the field of battle for Devil. Good news for Lancel, though, is that his infestation will be finishing in about 15 seconds here, so he will be able to start that pathogen glands research and start getting his infestors. Meanwhile, he will just have to rely on spore crawlers and queen play to defend those incoming Mutalisks, because this is Devil's style. I mean, in ZVZ, especially on big maps, Devil really fancies getting those Mutalisks, and right now Lancel knows for sure. So very many a spore crawler and spine crawler being built. Lancel trying to buy some time with this, but the Mutas are already on their way. And do we have anything in the main to defend? Well, we have 2 spores here. Pathogen glands research started. It's still going to be a couple tens of seconds before the first infestors are being allowed into the production queues of Lancel. And well, right now Devil probably will be looking for a couple of Baneling snipes, as he is morphing Banelings of his own. A very good combination of units here for Devil. Muta, Ling, Bling. Pathogen glands more than 50% done, which means first infestors can start to come on the field, but Lancel is supply blocked at a critical point in time. He needs to be making units, but first he had to make those overlords. More queens in productions to provide some more anti-air, as Devil is trying to sneak a couple banelings inside the 3rd base to get them to get at those drones, as he cannot do that comfortably with his mutas, not with these spore crawlers here. And Lancel way ahead in terms of drones, not so much in terms of army supply. 56 versus 37. Devil has a huge advantage in this regard. He's not even mining from his third base. He's basically staying on a 2-base economy and using his third base as sort of a macro hatch. Mutalisks trying to come in. They will get the kill onto the Spore Crawler together with the Lings. Another group of Lings counter-attacking or attacking the third base. Drones having to be pulled by Lancel. He doesn't have very many units remaining at this point, only reinforcing with Lings. And, well, this pack of Queens is still quite enough for anti-air, but I don't think Lancel will be able to save this third hatch from going down. Queens are making their way over there, transfusing the hatchery. Is this going to be enough, though, as those mutas can come in right now, actually, because there are no spores remaining. But no! Devil deciding to do a counterattack into the main base of Lancel, trying to even morph a couple of Balings there. Not going to be very useful. And Devil just continuously producing units. He just doesn't care about any drones whatsoever. Only mining gas off of here. Nothing else. And he's putting a lot of pressure onto Lancel right now, but Lancel, look at the queen numbers. That is pretty much a very, very good anti-muta force right here, coupled with the infestors. Lancel has a very, very good unit composition right now, adding on more infestors, but Devil is transitioning out of this. He's getting his infestation pit, he's getting his roach warren, while trying to keep up the pressure. Still has 14 Mutalisks here. They're going to try and make their way over to the main base and work some magic, maybe. He will get the gas for sure. If he could get the infestation pit, that would be absolutely huge, and he is targeting that down. Only one Spore Crawler being able to fire at those mutas at the same time. Huge stream of Zerglings making its way over to the second and the third base of Lancel. Lancel not having very many units on the ground. The infestation pit will go down. All of those mutas are terribly hurt, but does it matter at this point, as Lancel will not be able to neither get a hive nor produce any infestors. And he doesn't have any other tech. Well, he does have Hydralisks, but I don't know if getting Hydralisks is the correct call in this situation, in this scenario. Third base going down for Lancel, as Devil does kill that off, and as the anti-air is dwindling here for Lancel, Devil will be able to make those Mutalisks work. There are a couple fungals here. Good fungal, potentially killing those Mutalisks off. Now still a couple remaining in the air, so a couple of infested Terrans going to be lobbed onto the ground, and with these roaches, Lancel should be able to stay alive, at least for the time being. Woo, such an action-packed game. Glial Reconstitution on the way for Devil. And will he be getting infestors of his own, as he does have his own infestation pit? His opponent doesn't. Grooved Spines on the way for Lancel, and Devil continuously attacking into this third location. Third base having to be cancelled yet again, and I feel like Devil is getting ahead in this game right now. He does have the third base saturated, which means he can... all he has to think about right now is unit production and engagements. And as long as he can take favorable engagements versus his opponent, he will probably end up winning this game. Look at the macro, 20 roaches in production versus only 10 by Lancel, and that's Lancel using up all of his larvae. So he's trying to go for a Roach Hydra. He also has 5 infestors still on the field, but I don't know if this will be enough. As Devil, he's just relying on huge roach numbers. He knows the number of fungals will be very limited for his opponent, and oh no, this is not a good position for Lancel to fight in by any means. He does get some Gosu fungals off though, but look at the positioning from Devil, such a concave, and Lancel is forced to GG out, with Devil evening out the series to 1-1. Ladies, gamers, and gentlemen, thank you for watching Crux Gaming's StarCraft 2 casts. My name is Belnoir, and we'll see you guys in game number 3. Take care.